this
All right,
episode of 6 Idiots and 1 Dice.
I have no idea if they picked that up.
Wait, shit,
but...
that's actually our name. Okay.
No,
Wait,
that
he
isn't.
did.
That's not our
I was not paying
I thought you did it right this time, and I was like, oh, and I think, wait a minute, no, that's not us. I'm so used to you saying the wrong one.
Cordell wins!
Okay, look. I'm out of it today, okay?
Ninja.
We just had.
Uh-huh.
Shut the
but
fuck
we're
up.
fine.
What?
Shut the fuck up. You are not allowed. You are banned from doing our intros.
We're dummies and dice.
That's fine with me.
The less work you have to do, the better.
Get who has power.
This is the ancient bones. I remember now.
Man, I'm just.
Last time on the Challenge of Eros.
If one of you bastards,
It was on hiatus.
If one of you could actually come up with a proper thing to plug it,
Well, I mean, you know, I have my intro.
you have your
Just put in the picture charm, Drew, of all our characters spooning. That'll be fine. That'll get the message.
Oh, don't give me editing.
She did what?
Do not
Did
give me
what?
editing, especially if.
I'll find it.
Don't find it. Please, don't give me a reason to have to edit this.
I don't know.
I'll do it.
I'm finding it for Abby. You carry on now.
Dragons are us.
Right, so.
You learned to roll some dice. Damn it. Anyways.
Right, so we return to our adventurers as they head out for their evening events after returning to the city of Axenmouth. Their venture into the Screaming Vines woods had been many things. The effects of the journey are sure to be felt throughout the party. Possibly. Maybe. Could be. Upon reaching the temple, Boar's mentor had turned out to be a drunkard. Sat in a chair, awaiting death. Preferably a good one. The temple had been home to him and Boar, although still standing, now abandoned. Despite your efforts to persuade him otherwise, all Pethron, thank you, wanted was a good death to atone for his mistake. Boar did attempt to knock some sense into him, however, all he achieved was to prove the point that a good death would not just find him. So, you left the temple, set on revenge against the dragon cultists, with Pethron leaving simply to increase the chance of him finding death. No other motives changed.
Me.
Before this, you had managed to awaken an Elder 8, one of the 9 Stone Guardians, an ancient Stone Guardian of the Plains. Deciding that destroying it would be a bad idea, and staying would be an even worse one, you quickly left. The aid of your recently met allies, Amara and Karan, helped to avoid any untimely demises, although Agnes was left blinded for 24 hours.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Upon the journey back, returning to the place you had left your cart, you found it to have been taken, along with its contents. The fury at this, however, now seems to have diminished into annoyance as you pass the evening, waiting for the stables to open, you hope. What shall our party get up to in the town late at night? How has what they learnt shaped them? Have they learnt anything, and will it ever shape them? Who even was Karan? Will the party ever find out? Let us explore this world that they influence, the dummies and their dice.
Nate, I want to get into a bar fight.
Who gave us influence over a world? That's just a dumb idea. You see, if we were doing video
barely
chat, that would have been way more effective.
All of us are barely functioning adults. You think we can handle a world?
Excuse
Literally,
me,
this is
not
the
an
world
adult.
constantly just slapping plasters on itself, going, I can't heal enough.
That's why I said most of us. Listen to my words. It's proof that no one listens to me anymore. And I heard myself double. That was...
I listened to
I'm
you
not
comment.
gonna
That's
say
proof
anything.
by our
That would
shared
be mean
joke
if I
earlier.
said something.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
gonna-
comment, you listen to yourself.
I wish I didn't
No, he
have to. And,
So do
Oh,
we.
I'm bleeding. Fuck.
oof.
So,
Ouch.
we had Boar randomly wandering looking for a tavern. We had Agnes.
fight.
I think it was Agnes, Arsene, Samangal, and Amara in the going back to the regular tavern. And I believe Cerno was also wandering
I was going off to the park.
Yes, you were.
He's gonna hug a tree.
Shut up, you don't know me.
Yeah, boy's gonna go get in a fight, and Syrcas just gonna go hug a tree. It's alright.
You could start with the bar fight.
Can we start with the bar fight?
We still need to
What bar
start.
fight?
Still need to stop.
Looking for a bar fight.
So, why don't I have Boar and Cerno roll some perception checks?
Hey.
Perception checks. Let's do this. Alright.
That's performance. Don't wanna do
oh
that.
shit. Hold on, I have to open a board.
And
I thought it automated.
13.
Give me a second. Give me a second. And it is.
Have you
what am I
not
looking
set
for?
up a macro yet?
No, I normally don't do the macro. I like typing in stuff. +2. Roll d20 +2. I'm not dealing with that macro stuff. That's a fucking 3.
Well then.
We're
Okay,
starting
so
off
Cerno.
so good.
Cerno, whilst you're just slowly making your way through the streets, heading towards the park and where you know it is, the streets are relatively empty. There's some sounds coming from different taverns as people start their nights. I don't want to say celebrations or festivities, but they're night drinking. And woo, it's the weekend tomorrow, sort of dealio.
Delia.
There's already one or two drunks sort of wandering the street, but not many have had the time to consume as much alcohol as they. So most people seem to be inside or stood around the outside of taverns. You've got some people wandering the street, but not many. It feels a bit more open from when you first came in during the... However, as you're walking along with your, what was it, 15 perception?
Passive perception 15.
13. Well, 13 rolled and passive 15. You notice that there are several cloaked figures. They seem familiar to you,
Oh no.
the style of cloak. However, they appear to be missing masks. As you sort of begin to follow them, you notice that, well, not follow them, but sort of watch them. You notice that they dive into an alleyway. As you kind of go over and look down the alleyway, they're no longer there, although there are one or two doors leading off.
These are the cloaks of the cultists, aren't they? These are the cloaks I
Mhm.
recognize?
Yep.
Oh. No.
I was going to the park. I was going to relax, I say, as I'm drawing my blade, readying my shield. I was going to the park. I was going to have a nice quiet sit down.
Go to the park.
And I walk down the
Or at
alley.
least go get boy.
I'm
God damn it.
stealthing down the alley.
Roll stealth.
Syrcas going to die. God damn it. And then boy's gonna be really pissed.
You threw me a bone, then I'm gonna take it. 17?
You stealth down the alley. The mice hurtling in the corner do not hear you coming.
There were a pair
Other than
of
that?
doors, yes.
There's 3 different doors. 2 onto the building on your left, 1 onto the building on your right.
No windows or anything like that.
Not in the alley. There's 1 or 2 on sort of upper floors. Sort of, although they don't line up with each other because obviously you don't particularly want to stare through a window into someone else's window. Or you might, depending on who you are.
Mhm.
But most people tend not to want that happening.
I'll try the one door. The one door
Alright.
building. I don't want to open it, I just want to see if it's locked.
You kind of reach up, twist the handle, push it ever so slightly, and there's a bit of resistance.
Alright, so I guess it's locked. I'll try a door on the other building.
This one, push it slightly, begins to give. You quickly sort of pull it back and let go. You believe this one to be open.
Just quickly try the other door.
That one also appears to be locked.
So there's only one that's open.
I don't like the.
Alright. I'm holding my action to attack anything that jumps me. Okay? Just stating that
Okay.
now. And I have the charges in the sword.
Mhm.
So I'm going to push open the door sort of from the side. Like from the side of the doorway and push it open.
The door swings open, and as you stare in, a family stares back at you from around their table. As soon as they see the sword, their eyes sort of widen.
Sorry.
Can we help you?
Pair of cloaked people didn't come through here, did they? Just asking.
No.
Okay. Sorry to bother you. And I'll just close the door.
As you close the door, you just sort of hear mutterings sort of coming from the table about crazy people and needing sword regulation.
That was awkward. That was real awkward. Can I make a quick investigation check of the alley? Can I find where they may have gone? Footprints sort of in the muck of the alley or something?
Certainly, roll investigation.
Investigation. Do you have the check?
And 20? Not natural, but...
That's. I mean, mine is. There we go, D&D Beyond. Not
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, Roll20. Fuck, brain. Jeez.
I wish we were playing on D&D
Beyond.
Beyond. D&D Beyond,
Same.
get that thing. Get that thing done, please.
All right.
Working on it, mate. Working
Well,
on
looking around in the mud, there seems to be several pairs of boot prints leading to the second door on the left.
The one that was locked.
Yes, the one that was locked. It's probably a good 30 feet or so further down the building. Glancing around, all three sets of footprints seem to have led in. And with your, although not natural 20, with 20 in total, it does appear to be that there are some older tracks of boot prints leaving the building as well.
I just quickly try the door, it's locked, isn't it?
It is locked. Kind of as you kind of push against it.
Because none of us know what's going on.
I'm gonna case around the building.
Okay, it's a rather large building. From your sort of, I'll let some of the investigation carry over. What you can tell, it's probably a multi occupancy house. Probably several different families living there. Kind of, it hazard a guess, maybe 3 or 4. So rather large, sort of conjoined houses, attached houses, forming this one building. About 2 floors and a roof, steeped roof, windows, couple more doors, possibly multiple entrances and exits, or maybe single entrances and exits. You're not entirely sure.
Are any of
Is
the
this the purple?
window- Are any
That
Are
is the
purple.
purple.
Are any of the windows open? Like either like actually open or the blinds open?
Several of the ground floor windows aren't shuttered, and taking a step back so you don't have to climb up on anything to look through the windows, it appears to be multiple different sort of residential rooms. 2 of which, when you look in, don't have any lights on. There's some shuttered windows which do have lights coming through them. One is the family which you just scared, continuing to have their dinner.
Hmm. Does it
This
look
is where
like there
Cerno accidentally finds a brothel.
is? Shut up.
This is what I'm really hoping for. I'm not.
Are there any
lie.
Are there any like windows on the roof, like attic? That I can see from
no,
my height.
there aren't sort of there aren't any oh, what do you call them, skylights on the roof.
All right. All right then. Is there a rooftop opposite the alley that they went into?
You're in a quite a built-up area, so there are multiple houses around.
All right. Did it look like they were following me?
No, it looked like they were going there of their own accord, and they hadn't noticed you. You just sort of noticed it out of the corner of your eye, sort of thing.
Alright, I'm gonna go into another alley and I'm going to wild shape into a into my spider, up onto the rooftop opposite the alleyway, and I'm gonna watch the alleyway.
Alrighty. You up there and you watch the alleyway.
Yep.
It is a very beautiful alleyway. I mean, oh, apparently there are a high number of users in your video. Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm not even meant to be in that Roll20, so you know.
It popped in mine as well, despite me having it turned off.
Yeah,
Same.
it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, my Roll20 just decided to reload.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh, Roll20, bye.
Yes, Jam, what could go wrong? Speaking of going wrong,
yeah, what's up?
so we have Sono on his own, Boar on his own, Tavangel, Artine, Agnes, and Amara all going to the tavern that you last stayed in, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was the general plan, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Alright.
Well, I mean, Amara's never been there before, but, you know.
Okay. So, Boar, with your
Yeah, what's up?
almighty natural one,
Greatest detective, man.
you're walking along the street. You're trying to find a tavern, which you'd think more shady, sort of either shadier part of town or more sort of rough part of town where you think bar fights are more likely to happen, or you might be able to encourage one to happen. And you pretty much walk smack long into someone who is actually taller than you.
Oh.
And you kind of step back a bit, hand sort of rub your face, and a voice says,
I immediately apologize.
a
Sorry about
voice,
that.
a voice sort of goes, "No worries, just check where you're walking next. Don't mind, friend." And as you sort of step back, and after apologizing and actually looking up, you begin to notice a couple of things. First of all, it's a group of about 4 people.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
One of them is Aarakocra, 2 of them are Elven, and 1 of them is a Goliath.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And at first glance, it appears that they sort of have flowing long hair and sort of flowing long green hair and a bit bushy beard.
Did
but
I just find the Fabio squad?
as you take more in, you begin to notice that first of all, this Goliath isn't wearing any shoes. Second of all, you notice that the sort of clothes under his armor seem to be simple, somewhat tatty, a bit worn, and a bit muddy. However, what
Ooh.
really catches your eye is the armor atop the simple clothes. As you take it in, you realize that it is made of woven wood, twisting around themselves and the Goliath who is inside of them. The twisting branches seem to thin and thicken at different places, allowing for the movement to not be impeded, such as walking, swinging arms, throwing punches, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Upon closer inspection, or also the fact that one of them almost jabbed your eye out, you notice that there are small sticks and budding leaves all across the sort of breastplate of the armor. And you finally realize what you first thought was actually hair is in fact branches and vines twisting in full leaf, just sort of around the head and down the back, providing some
fuck am I
form of
looking at?
helmet or head protection.
So confused. Okay.
They
Okay.
sort of just all give you a nod and then carry on their way further into the center of town.
And none of them looked familiar?
To you? No.
Okay. Well, I continue my search, I guess.
Out of the other 3, one of them's carrying a quarterstaff. They all seem to have different various amounts of armor. No metal,
Would these guys do they look Cerno-y, Druid-y, from my knowledge?
Remembering what Sono was wearing when you first met him, and sort of glancing at the Goliath, you kind of go, I can see strong resemblances.
Mm. Uh. Mm. What do? But I
They're
don't
just walking further into town.
do. What would Boar do? Yeah, Boar would just continue on.
All right.
Me, I'm stupidly curious, but Boar
Would-
would just keep looking.
Yeah, no. Sano would never have. Sano wouldn't have really ever described his family unless someone asked. So no one's ever asked. So
Yeah, the
Boar-
only
it
thing you
probably never
get
came up
is
in
sort of-
conversation.
The only thing you really get is, yeah, kind of naturey, and also sort of comparing to what Sono was wearing, the sort of like interesting wooden armor. You can sort of see he may have been trying to style it a bit akin to what this Goliath was wearing, but that's about it.
Okay. Well,
However,
bugger
you
off.
continue on your journey, and you eventually do find a tavern which, although no bar fight is happening yet, considering the number of drunkards already hanging around, sort of state and gruffness of them, you're beginning to think, yeah, this is probably the place. The tavern is called the Hammer and Tongues, and when you walk in, it's not packed, but it's somewhat full with loud shouting already happening.
Is it angry shouting?
It's not angry, but it's shouting.
Oh. Well, I walk in and get a drink.
Certainly.
Yay.
Jam, Agnes could describe it in one word.
Burnt?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Agnes got what I was going for. All right, Agnes, Savangal, Arsene, Amara. You make your way into the Starfall Inn. The half-elven bartender, which you remember from time before with the patchy beard and the wisps of grey hair, it sort of greets you, a semi-familiar face, and yeah, hello. Feel free to take a table, and we'll get you some food if that's what you're looking for.
And a night in, if you have the room.
We got. How many are you looking for? We got a couple on the ground floor. That's about it now.
Quick. 4 rooms, if you add a push.
Yeah, we can do 4, I think. That'll be all we can
wishes
do,
to-
but 4.
Unless
yeah.
anyone minds sharing.
I don't mind sharing.
We'll manage with 4, I think. Oh yeah, what was there?
I
All
claim
right.
the top of the closet.
Let's take
Cool.
3.
3? Okay, 3
Yeah.
rooms.
I have a feeling that some people will be out sleeping other places.
Certainly, that will be 15 silver pieces for all 3 rooms. And a
That's it.
additional 3 silver pieces to cover the meals for the 4th person. So 18 silver in total.
18 silver. Sure. I will pay.
Thank you kindly. We'll get your meals to you shortly.
So, hold on. I'm gonna just slide into someone's DM. Hold up.
Okay then.
Familiar faces sitting around.
So sorry, I've had to tune out for a sec. What's happened?
You paid
We
for
bought some rooms.
Okay.
What did you
Anyone
ask?
sat
about?
around that was there last time? The creepy dude in the corner.
God damn it, Common. It is a yes or a goddamn no.
Shush!
until it is confirmed, I cannot say. Nice.
Glancing around, there is no halfling. glancing around, there is no weird human sat in the corner.
Okay.
The only real familiar face to you is the half-elven bartender, who looks like he had a beard and some horrible accident caused him to no longer be able to have one.
Oh.
Is there
Horrible
anyone...
accident, or the other half said, I don't like it. Got you.
Are they not one and the same thing?
Wow. 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 Also, hi Purple. How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's
That's
good.
My
great.
dad isn't allowed to grow a beard because my mum...
I wondered
Oh,
why.
my dad had to shave his beard and moustache after 20 years because he got married. It was literally gone the next day.
Oh, I should also add that
What?
Dad being in the Navy, he's not really allowed to have much facial hair either, so there's also that. But
Yeah.
he's not allowed to grow it once he leaves the Navy either. Despite the fact that he's fully capable of growing one hell of a good beard.
I mean, I go
I
next.
find that somewhat ironic, but I don't think I should ever say that to him.
Well,
I
he can
work
grow
in
a beard, but he's not allowed to.
industry, so.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, or are you talking about the lack of hair on top of head, but ability to grow great facial hair?
Yes.
Yeah, it runs in his bloody family, but it skipped fucking Ben. Of course it fucking did.
So it's
Say
got
that
you.
like it hasn't skipped you.
Nope. Why do you think my hairline's already receding?
You have so much hair though, it's not noticeable in the slightest.
There's a lot of
So
it, it's just in a
haven't-
small area.
All we
You
ask is that
you
we
haven't seen it recently. It's actually getting way more noticeable.
all we
Speaking
ask
of
is
which-
that you take it with pride, because we don't want a Donald Trump hairdo up in this, okay?
Please.
Don't worry, I'll buy him a wig when he gets to that point.
I am not wearing a toupee.
Bright pink wig.
Make it pink. Yes.
Bright.
That's the
fucking
point.
pink.
That's coming up.
We need the high heels to go with it.
Purple, don't remind her, damn it.
Trust
Purple.
me, perhaps, he
That's-
reminded me.
Have we
God
told
damn
you
it.
about the promise he made to let us dye his hair pink?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go into work still, so...
We'll do it
It's
during the
fine.
summer holidays.
Yeah, he
it's
actually
fine.
has a job that he sort of has
Weirdly
to have
enough,
look
for a
presentable
hippie school,
for.
they're a bit against dyeing your hair extreme colours. It's really weird.
That's why we have the
Anything
summer holidays.
but your
It's
And
hair.
it's also why I have an extremely temporary dye.
And
my God,
comment,
yeah, with,
unfortunately, I work during the holidays as well.
I know, it
Yeah.
absolutely sucks.
I work in the food industry, and Waffle House has a very strict policy of how you cannot have any unnatural hair, but I can dye my hair red if I wanted to.
Huh.
You,
Natural looking
you
red. and
people
go
with your
from there.
incomes and your jobs and never mind.
Mhm.
So
Anyway.
stakeout.
Is
So-
there,
D&D.
is there anyone familiar to Amara in the tavern?
No, however, apparently I've just had a word with Steam that my friends are unreachable. I don't think that's entirely true, but alright, you can go away, Steam.
Oh,
I mean, I'm unreachable right now.
Well, I don't have the Discord bot playing anything, he can go away as well.
Did he just
bobblehead.
leave?
No, I just got rid of the Discord.
No.
My
No,
Um,
sub
but-
left.
other Discord.
Guys, we can't play D&D anymore. Sub left. Sorry.
Oh no, such a shame.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Welcome back to Comet's Tales.
Hey, Comet, you got anything planned?
I think.
Fuck you
I think
all.
Comet would die. And welcome back to Comet's funeral.
Look,
Okay,
As he
so...
dies from the stress.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Comet has turned into an ape.
Anyway, we've been
I
procrastinating
have to figure out
for
how
like
to
15
get a
minutes
homeless
now,
guy
guys.
into that
Yes.
scenario, okay?
Guys, this is a very long detour.
Oh yeah, we should probably get back to this. That's alright.
So, for the 4 women... Yeah, hang on, have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Wait,
we
I
mentioned
say-
this last
The
time.
women have just gone to the tavern. The guys are out. Guys, in again.
I'm really bad at fake coughing, okay?
So the girls' night in are waiting for their food to be delivered.
We're forcing our scene to wear dresses. It's going to be great.
No.
Oh God,
No.
Savangale's got her hair dye out. You know, it's going to be amazing.
No.
I want to see this.
Yes.
Why do I feel like Night Eyes would be more into it than our scene?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Can we put ribbons on Night Eyes?
Oh,
That's
hell no.
already happened.
Has it?
Long time
My-
ago.
No, has it? Because I know it's happened to Lucy.
It happened a long time ago, I believe. Like
Mhm.
before the
Yeah,
stream
Sparkle,
started.
Sparkle is fine with that.
I don't
Anyway,
remember. I feel bad.
so
I'm going to ask about where's good to get horses from. Who's trustworthy?
okay. I assume you asked the bartender.
No, she walks up to a random stranger.
Hey, it's a valid way of getting information.
Really is.
What do you think your investigation checks are doing when I tell you to roll investigation to find something?
To be fair, at least she's not going into home invasion.
Yeah, this is true. Or stalking, for that matter. So, as you ask the bartender as he brings your food out, he's like, "Oh well, I have to say, any of the stables around side, the outer edge of town might do you well. Most of them are over this side of the river. Careful what horses you get. Some of them don't quite like going through the swallows. Don't blame them myself. Gives me the jitters every time I go through one."
Good point. When he says this side, which side does he mean?
You are on the
No.
Ooh.
We're on the
East?
west side, aren't we? No, have we crossed over?
I don't think we did.
I remember him saying we were in the market, which was on the east.
Yeah, that side.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Other than that, yeah, well, I don't really buy horses much myself.
Fair enough.
Can't
Quick.
give too much more info.
Quick question: Amara's still in rags, isn't she, or did she borrow some clothes?
You borrowed the clothes between Agnes.
Very baggy shirt from Boar, or is it very baggy pants? I don't remember.
Very baggy
It
pants.
was a. Oh, I thought it was a shirt. I saw I said shirt.
It was really baggy pants from Boar and essentially a man's shirt from Agnes,
Okay.
But it fitted better.
which fits
Mhm.
better than the very baggy pants. So think of Aladdin sort of style baggy pants.
She's
See, that's
wearing
what
a
I was
belt,
I
right?
was thinking like parachute
Yeah.
pants, like MC Hammer music video. That's what I was thinking of. Aladdin works too.
Anyway.
By the
So-
way, she still looks a bit weird.
yeah, I mean, considering the color of her skin, she looks weird anyway.
Mm.
Look,
Fine.
bright pink is not a normal color. He says with a well.
You're not a normal color.
Says
I'm
the
not.
orange jumper.
Yeah. And yet they're orange tieflings as well.
Really?
Mm.
Look
That
at
seems a reddish orange. More red than orange, but anyway.
I know what my next character is. Anyways.
Right, so, Sano, would you like to roll an investigation check for the, what was it, 3 hours you can stay in this spider form?
Alright. 8.
You know, it would be a lot easier to concentrate if people didn't keep on noticing you in the street and then shrieking at the giant spider
I would
and
have
running in a
liked.
different direction.
Can I say that I would have transformed back once I got up to the roof?
And not have dark vision?
Hang on. Yeah, I don't have the dark vision spell. Do I have creatures that I can transform into that do have dark vision?
Spider.
Just a random dog on the roof.
Which is sort of true. Dogs have better dark vision than humans.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
the only thing I have with dark vision that I can transform into is spider. Yes, screw it.
Well, some people seem to freak out and run
Turns
away.
out.
Some drunkards seem to kind of stop and sway in the spot, staring at you for a good 5 minutes trying to figure out if you're actually there or not before wandering off.
Just slightly wave.
Swaying backwards and forwards slightly, but
At this point, can I try and just like flatten myself and remain inconspicuous? Because this is getting distracting.
You certainly try. From the rest of the time, what you see sort of intercut between all these different distractions. You see 2 more individuals return and go into the same door as what you believe the other wants to go into. And from your vantage point, you don't really see anything else. So, nearing the sort of end, you see 1 more leave. Again, same cloak, which allowed you to identify them beforehand, but no masks. And it's hard to tell from here if they're carrying anything like weapons or whatnot.
Follow.
However, they sort of leave, glance around, look up and see this giant spider, look somewhat confused, and then start heading into the city.
Alright, I'm going to quickly climb down, wild form into like a rat, and I'm gonna follow that dude.
Certainly. Why don't we make a survival check, please?
Alright, hang on. I'll just tick off the second.
Can you survive the streets?
I'll tick off the second of my wild shape.
Just don't do what happened the last time we failed a survival check and piss off
So
one
survival
of the
check,
other,
yeah?
right?
Yeah, survival. Yours or the rats would higher.
Yep. 24.
Right.
Oh shit, 24.
Pretty decent. You're able to scurry along, avoid people with brooms, and who might wish a rat ill. You're able to scurry and follow this guy quite well. He is sort of glancing over his head, looking around, slightly paranoid, it seems, just making sure no one's following him. He occasionally dives into an alleyway, but it's not enough to lose you and your rat-like instincts and your burning desire to bite his throat out. However, you resist and continue to follow him, and he seems to make his way somewhat of a beeline with the odd sort of zigzag thrown in towards the central market.
Right.
Right. We shall transition over to Boar.
Yeah.
Boar, you are sat in the Hammer and Tongues.
Mm-hmm.
That's TONGS, as in like the implement, not like the.
Yes,
muscle.
I figured so.
As you're sort of sat in the bar having a drink, you're still kind of waiting for a bar fight to start happening. One hasn't really happened yet.
Okay.
There are 1 or 2 other sort of burly people in here, and occasionally someone walks in or someone staggers out. There's plenty of fuel, but no fire as of yet.
I don't want to start something because I'll get in.
Yeah, you don't want to start something, you want to finish something.
That's for damn sure right now. If I was a different character. No, if I was Lord Funk right now, I would be starting that damn fight.
Oh, God. You would.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. I guess I'll just pay for the drinks I've had, which is probably 2 or 3. And just like slowly sipping them down, and then I'll just go start wandering the town for shits and giggles, see what the nightlife has to offer me.
All right. Well, as you're sort of finishing your 3rd drink, a relatively well-built female human comes over and buys a drink, sits down next to you, and waits for it to order. Kind of glances you up and down, and goes, "I see many of your folk in here."
Yeah. I haven't seen many of mankind either.
I tend to avoid civilizations. Thanks. Takes the
Yeah.
drink and starts taking big swigs from it. Most of them avoid it. They normally string them up, you see.
Yeah.
1 or 2 of them. Yeah, you put up a good fight sometimes.
Yeah. I put up a good fight, I think.
I'd hope you do. You're built like a freaking wall.
Oh, thank you. You put it built yourself.
Yeah. And she kind of just continues her drinking.
I'll sit down and drink just a little bit more then.
As you sort of sit back down, she waves to the bartender and orders another drink.
I guess I got a drinking buddy now. I don't know.
Hey, quick question. Is she a pretty lady?
Oh God, shut up.
Depends on your
Shut
opinion
up.
of pretty.
Doesn't
Would she-
everything?
Would she remind anyone of a certain other
Oh,
she's-
God.
person we know that
She's a
hangs
relatively
around?
well-built and muscular female, human
doesn't
in
look-
race.
Mhm.
Trying to think. The last woman I fought at the one festival thing we went to, she doesn't look anything like that.
No, she has sort of she has hair in quite a long plait down to the sort of midway of her back. It's sort of, I think they like to call it strawberry blonde, but it just looks muddy blonde.
Right.
Like me. Or my
Sandy.
old hair. Yeah.
Kind of
I'm
like
ginger now.
orangey red type, right? Or am I thinking something else? I'm thinking something
Sort
else.
of like a orangey browny blonde.
Okay, I know exactly what you're going on about now.
I feel slightly attacked right now.
Good.
I mean, there are general like bits of mud in it as well, but that's beside the point.
I guess I just make idle chit chat and just ask her like, what brings you to this small town, or what brings you to town?
This small town. What brings
It's
you to
not a
one of
small
the
town.
largest shipping ports in the
Yes,
entire
I know.
Gold Coast? Small town.
I know.
Ask her if she knows about the exploding boat.
Shh.
know.
Ooh.
No.
Can't do vision just.
Shit, I can only do Al.
I'll just ask about just in general. What brings you to a tavern like this? No, the
Well,
idle
she
chit
says that
chat.
she's in town looking for a bit of work. Last
Alright.
job went all right. Coin, might as well spend it. This place seems to have a bit of interest in it. Well, came for the interest, came for the drink. That sort of thing.
There you go.
As you guys sort of have chit chat, you know, she lets you buy drinks, she buys drinks, you know, it sort of evens out.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Boss got himself a lady friend.
Back to the girl squad. And night eyes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's like, what am I thinking of right now? Anyways, it'll come back.
He's
to
the
me.
guy who's there to make sure they don't get hit on.
I need to practice my fake
He's like
coughing.
that friend who goes along, you know?
Oh, that one guy
Yep.
friend.
Yeah.
So Savangel's taking a bunch of ribbons and seeing if she can origami a skull so she can give Night Eyes a skull hat.
Oh my god.
Roll a dex check for me.
Savangel continues to be Amara's favorite
Can I
person.
Let's see how this goes. Careful, if it goes well, Jam's got more drawing to do.
Oh
Dan's not got more time.
Unfortunately, the ribbons you have just aren't long enough, and it's just not working, and you're sat very kitty focused on this, and occasionally one of the ribbons sort of flutters away, and you can't but help pounce on it and sort of start playing with it, and then kind of have to bring yourself back to what you were trying to do and starting over from square one. And it's a rather interesting process to watch, to be perfectly honest. And just throughout the entire time, there's this tail flicking back and forth with great attention happening. Both from concentration and then also wanting to pounce.
ADHD in a nutshell.
Oh.
All right. So, whilst you guys are eating your meal and Savangal is essentially being a cat, a
I
couple more
love her.
people, couple more people come into the tavern, and one is it is a female elf, sort of tan skin, sort of light brown oak sort of coloured hair. She kind of walks in, glances around, and then seems to do a double take at your table.
Hmm.
You know, that honestly
Who
doesn't.
knows?
surprise
Which
me.
one of us notices?
Who's paying attention?
Not the cat. She's concentrating.
Amara's probably being very attentive of her surroundings because she's generally quite nervous here. I wonder why.
I am too, because of certain people that I know are in the area.
I would have been watching the cat.
Okay, so that would be Amara and Arsene notice.
Do we recognize her?
Yes, that.
Not really. She kind of stands in the doorway for a little bit, and then someone sort of walks into her back, and she kind of apologizes, and then turns back and starts walking towards the table.
A table or our table?
Your table.
Oh boy, pretty girl.
That's internally, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Considering.
that is not Amara. That is.
Turns out to be the one that put Amara in prison and what the fuck she's doing.
How much of Amara's backstory do you know?
So, okay, let me get this straight. Right now, the girls are having a girls' night in.
Well,
Cerno's
kinda.
going off chasing a cultist right now.
I'm
And Boris doesn't know where the hell he is. He's somewhere in the city, having a drink with some random built girl he just met.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's alright.
That's good.
I'm cop showing the shit out of this. Stakeouts, following.
You know, the rat's got like two little candles, a blue one and a red one.
It's just squeaking. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Yeah, the real reason why you're avoiding all the broom, people are just looking at it and going, no, I don't want to burn my broom. I don't want to waste this good durability on this rat.
Good.
No, so she heads over towards your table.
Remembering
I'm gonna poke.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna poke Agnes and point this out to her.
What? Oh.
Kind of hide behind her a little bit.
Do I
As
recognize
you do
her?
that,
I'm pretending to stare her down, but I'm actually not looking at her eyes.
Why are you asking me to
Looking at, like, her
roll?
forehead.
roll. I'll just
Why are
say
you asking me?
intelligence.
Mom, help!
Intelligence?
Yeah,
Wait, Agnes?
That's
Just Agnes?
just Agnes.
What? What?
Have fun.
15. She looks familiar, but you can't quite place it. You don't have alarm bells going off.
Okay.
It's not. First of all, you didn't really see many elves, despite living in elven territory, until you left your village.
Mm.
But it's not sort of setting any alarm bells off to you. But as she sort of approaches, she smiles towards you and is like, I'm glad to see you managed to make it safely up the Sword Coast.
May we help you? Sorry, not good with faces.
We that's no worry. I'm not surprised. It's been a little while. We met in one. You asked me about alternatives to ships getting up the Sword Coast,
Wait, what did she say?
and she said that you met her in Wildshore. You asked her about alternatives to ships for getting up the Sword Coast.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, that's been a while. Sorry.
No worries. Glad to see you managed to make it up. Got through Drakenmouth. Bit of a rowdy place with all the dwarves.
It was interesting to say the least. Some quite a funny bunch.
Can be. The
Mm.
great at what they do, but you don't want to get in between them and their ale, that's for sure.
No.
Well, glad to see you managed to make it safely up, and it seems you're no longer travelling alone.
No, made a few friends. What brings you up this far anyway?
Oh, I'm a merchant by trade. That's.
And it brings you up this far. Interesting.
Yeah, well, we bring trade to and from. I try and avoid Wildshore for obvious reasons. But we bring trade up and from the top and bottom of the coasts. You get a lot of metals, and you get a lot of metals really coming out of Fork, and that's the area with the connections to the dwarves. Get a lot more lumber from up this part with all the forests around. The elves up here do like some of the harder to obtain metals, and they don't like buying it straight from the dwarves because
makes sense.
Rivalries and all that. But
hey, do lots of elves live around here?
Well, not exactly. You'll find a mix along the Sword Coast. But go further inland, Traveller's Woods. You'll find some of the strongest elven cities there are around. And if you ever happen to go down south, you'll also find the elven capital down there.
Ooh, cool. Thanks.
No worries. You're not from around here, I would hazard a guess.
I'm not quite, no. I didn't get out much until recently.
This group seems to be lonely travelers gathered together.
Well, commonality, bringing people together. At this point, a sort of farmer kind of staggers up from a table, bumps into her, and she kind of gets knocked in the table slightly, and you'll glance around. You kind of, sorry. He's wearing general sort of thick cotton clothes, smears of mud, slight smell of manure to him as he sort of stumbles out.
He didn't just pickpocket her, did he?
Would like Arsene and probably Amara roll perception checks.
Asshole. Oh. I've forgotten what my perception is. But I found it now.
Bastard.
All right. So, Amara, you notice that as the guy sort of stumbles out, he seems to slip something into his pocket. Scene? You notice significantly more. And as Agnes is picking up her drink, you sort of just slam your hand down onto it and force it back onto the table and just sort of shake your head. As you saw him tip something from a small vial into her drink before pocketing the vial and walking out.
Into my drink?
Can I hunt mark him? Can I try him?
I would say probably not.
Look. I just wanted to...
It was
May
sort of
I
like,
help you, Arsene?
You kind of saw him do that. He sort of went to look at him to say, what the hell? And then noticed Agnes going for a drink and were like, no, don't do that. And by the time you kind of looked back around, you just saw him leaving through the door.
Fuck.
May I help you?
I don't know who that was. I lower my voice to whisper it. I don't know who that was, but he slipped something into your drink there. I wouldn't finish it. Pretend you're done.
Man that just left. Interesting.
The elf woman was sort of straightening herself out, muttering underneath her breath. Kind of checks her sides. She finds her coin pouch. Well, that's one time when they haven't stolen something. Glad to see you all right. I'm gonna go find a room. And she kind of nods and wanders off.
Indeed. I'm trying to figure out how Agnes would react rather than how Jam would. Jam would go and say, what the fuck, and to her face, and then run after him. Agnes wouldn't.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted a hunter's mark to keep a track and bound, but didn't get a chance.
I would like to say she was genuinely surprised at sort of like getting walked into and swore underneath her breath, and was sort of like a frantic check to make sure that nothing had been taken from her. So
If she'd been to Wildshore, I don't blame her.
it's very much the sort of, I got walked into, right, where's my credit card, where's my phone?
Oh.
I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to look like a tiefling. If he's out of the bar, I'm going to cast Alter Self, look like a tiefling, and walk out and after him.
Certainly. So you cast Alter Self. You change into a similar resemblance to that of Arsene.
Oh.
Get up.
I would say a red tiefling to make it ironic.
Certainly.
More than.
So Arsene but red. So get up, straighten out your now changed clothes. No, not changed clothes, because Alter Self is an illusion. It's transformation.
It looks like I'm in different clothes.
Does Alter Self allow you to change your clothes?
Yeah.
I think when you're changing appearance, it does. It's not like changelings.
Well, I know that like disguise self allows you to, but I'm pretty sure Alter Self is
You decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial.
sound, voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics. If any, you can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your statistics change. You also can't appear as a creature of a different size than you. Basic state stays the same. If you're bipedal, you can't. At any time for the duration of the spell, you can use action to change your appearance.
Okay, so it's not my clothing.
It doesn't affect your clothes because this isn't illusion. This is literally changing your form to that of something else. It is alteration on. It is self-alteration rather than or self-transmutation rather than illusion. That's it.
I still look like a red tiefling, but
you look like a red tiefling. You're just wearing your same clothes.
Yeah. I'm going after him.
I'm going out the door. Do I spot him?
Make a perception check.
Oh, yay. Perception, other plans to do. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey.
You sort of get out the door, glance around, and although not stumbling, you do notice the same person, similar clothes at the very least, or clothes which you sort of go, that's what he was wearing, sort of quickly darting further down the street to the south.
He's darting down. I am gonna go fucking after us.
Please tell me
Are you
people
running
are
or
following.
walking?
Am I running? Well, I'd run to where the turning is, so I can keep up.
Oh, it's a somewhat of like it's the same street, but it's just twisting, and he's just sort of pegging it away.
Oh, he's bolting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I bolt with him and go catch up.
Well, you can't catch up, but you can keep pace.
I said Night Eyes with you.
Nice bows.
Too, but we'll keep a little back to try not to draw attention.
All right, so Night Eyes is chasing with you. Okay, we will swap back to Boar.
Oh dear.
How many drinks do you think you've had, Boar?
Well, I'm drinking them slow. So, I want to say I've at least had 3 sitting there and slowly drinking them over the course of a couple hours. Just sitting there, bored as shit.
All right, and you've been brought an additional drink, so we'll say probably 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I was about to say roughly around 5 or 6.
Yeah, so starting on your 5th or 6th. So, would you like to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Boar?
Oh god, this is going to go so... Wait, hold on. Wait, Constitution save. Con save is +1. Oh, 20 plus. So 1. That is a 7.
All right, you're kind of sat there, and although you've been drinking, you're beginning to feel quite queasy, and vision's blurring a bit, and you're not really being able to concentrate on what's being said to you anymore. You're just sort of sitting there, and eventually she's like, "You okay? I think you need some air. Come on." And she kind of
Okay.
helps you
I
up
follow the pretty lady.
and kind of
So,
helps
I
carry you
follow
out
the pretty
into the
lady.
air. And as you step outside,
Floor's gonna die again. This is okay.
you just last thing you see is just stepping outside, and then your vision goes black.
Oh no. What do I see? Just outside the fresh air, then.
Yeah, as you just step outside, your vision just sort of goes black, and you don't feel very. So no,
That's okay.
back to Rat.
Oh no! Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun,
Hey,
dun,
sub.
dun, 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 dun,
Worst for
dun,
last?
dun, dun,
Worst
What's
for
that?
last?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Considering
Good.
you were first.
Yeah, but you came to me last.
All right, so you're following this cultist throughout the streets.
Yep.
Why did you have to? Okay, first off, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Why did you have to choose a muscular, pretty lady? Damn it!
Because he knows you.
I'm personally attacked.
Half of the people were like, leaning in, getting real close, paying real good close attention.
I may not have made. I may or may not have made notes.
Okay, but anyway.
God damn it! You guys are converting me.
Good.
Yeah, I just create characters.
Same.
No, you guys.
I need to introduce that character at some point. Hey, Abby and Purple, you both know about that.
Yes.
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 The half was it half orc? Yeah, the half orc.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'll find a way to worm him in.
Oh, porn star. Sorry.
Oh, you're not far off.
Is it similar to the girl with the belts?
Oh my god.
No, just considering his mustache. Anyway, his mustache and demeanor, you could sort of. Anyway.
Okay.
Hold on, no.
So-
I
Moving
need
on
more
quickly.
details on this mustache.
No, moving on quickly.
Later.
PG
Yeah,
stream.
later.
Fine.
Later. If he gets introduced. So
Find a way
you
to throw his ass in.
you're following the cultist. He kind of is heading towards the market, but before he gets there, he sort of turns and sort of goes down an alley. You kind of cautiously peer down the alley, and you see that he's having a hurried discussion with two others,
Both cloaked. Same cloaks.
both cloaked. Actually, one cloaked, one not cloaked.
Who's the one that's
Oh,
not
God.
cloaked? What does he look like?
He is wearing relatively normal clothes. You would say probably maybe a shopkeep or such. Nothing stands out about him. He's got short black hair, green eyes, average build, human.
Alright. Can I not hear them from here?
Not from where you currently are.
I'm going to stealth. And I'm going to go down there. Let me double check.
roll stealth.
I don't know a rat's stealth.
That's the three of us
Does it-
gone if you do this.
Does a rat state it?
Oh wait, never mind. It's just me. Never mind.
Only you've been drugged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Agnes. Arsene spotted Agnes's.
Thank God for that.
A rat has +0 in stealth.
Okay. So just a straight roll then. Great. Oh boy. I rolled that wrong.
Nope.
Good job.
That's my job.
There we go. 7. And
Oh
I'll
my
try to
God.
look like a rat that's just... I'm just a rat. You know? Just a
Well,
rat.
they're talking, and you begin to get close, and you begin to hear snippets of what they're talking about. You hear you heard something about an auction. You hear a name, Calvus, and it's beginning to pique your interest. They start sneaking closer, and then one someone goes, "Ah, damn rats in this city. I don't like being here." And he sort of stares directly at you, and
Can
you
I
just
take the
freeze.
dodge action? Can I take the dodge
No,
action,
you sort of
please?
just freeze, and he kind of tilts his head as if to go, "That's not normal rat behavior." And the two he was talking to sort of stop and turn to look at you as well, just waiting to see what this rat does.
Sniff. Sniff. As if I'm looking for food.
Make a performance check for me.
Why would you do this to me?
I'm sorry, I'm not the one who rolled a natural 7 on stealth.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Alright, you sort of sniff,
I look like a dog.
sniff again, and they're sort of like, "This is a weird rat." And goes,
Hey, that's what we say about Comet.
Whoa!
and then
Murderer, why
one
is
of the ones wearing cloaks goes, I think we should move. There's a wizard in this city. He likes to have his familiar out looking about for things." And they sort of all three of them turn to look back at this rat, and then just sprint out of the alley.
Well, we know what's going to happen to boy
So
now.
I heard auction and Calvis, right?
Auction, Calvus, and they were starting to talk about an arrow of something or other, and that's when you sort of got too close and they noticed.
Screw it, I'm following.
Which one?
Are they all going different directions?
Yeah, they're splitting.
Ah, shit.
Also, a rat has a movement speed of 20 feet, so you won't be able to keep pace as a rat form with them running.
Yeah. Can I just make a mental note of where they're going? Like where each one is running?
Yeah, the one you tracked seems to be heading back to the way he went. The one sort of not in robe seems to be running further into the market, and the other one you didn't quite catch where they were going.
All right. Shit.
I just realized it's only 3 o'clock.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go to the tavern. I've got to tell the guys. I wild form out and I bolt to the tavern.
All right. Wild forms and bolts out to the tavern. Agnes, with your perception check, you're able to keep track of him, sort of keeping pace with him, and you notice that Night Eyes is now sort of circling overhead with a couple of ribbons streaming from his horns.
I succeeded.
I'm gonna try and tell Night
Wait,
Eyes.
hold on. Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna try and tell Night Eyes to get him to stop however he can. If he picks it up. Would he be
Night
trying
Eyes
to
does
connect?
almost an immediate U-turn and seems to head back towards the tavern.
Fuck.
Why?
Arsene, as Night Eyes returns, you get the urgent sense of needing some gold coins. No delay, gold, now!
Sure.
As you sort of cautiously fish a few coins out, he snatches them in his mouth and straight off back out the door.
Wait, I thought Arsene was following. Are they
No,
still
I
at the
was
tavern?
I was following at a distance,
They were.
a fast walking pace.
Ah,
'Cause I
so
didn't-
you see Night
I didn't wanna
Eyes
make it
return
obvious.
to you, take some coins, and then shoot back off again.
Mhm.
Agnes, you see
Meanwhile,
Night Eyes
can
pass
I-
over before there's
Okay.
before you just see one or two glints of gold falling, and you kind of hear "ow" as he sort of looks up. It seems Night Eyes has managed to bomb him with some gold coins, and he sort of looks slightly confused at what's happening.
Oh my god, I love
Why though?
Night Eyes, you brilliant bastard!
Oh, I love him.
Love you, little
Guys,
dragon.
Night Eyes is
Why?
the best one of all of us.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Copper.
I catch up.
He's slowed for a little bit, but then seems to sort of glance around, realize that there's now you running towards him. He seems to go, "Oh shit," and just starts running again.
How far away is he?
He's probably about 40, 50 feet at this point.
Cool. Website is just in front of him.
Oh my god.
Not
in front
He's
of
got to
him,
make a
on
dex
him.
save.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm aiming from behind him, so it would go through.
I'm just thinking. So he's essentially sprinting. So, and you've been running for a little while. What's Webb's?
Range 60 feet.
No components.
But don't you have the spider staff?
VSM.
Let me just check what the spider stuff. No components are required. Never mind. All right, you're easily able to cast the spell from the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check web. That is 16. Tax save dex of 15.
Webs are anchored between two solid masses, or lay between a wall and ceiling. They just collapse on itself and fall on the floor.
Yep. So let's see if he can make the dex save. And he rolls a natural 8, so he kind of goes. The webs kind of catch him, and he stumbles before straight into the stone, pushes up, glances back, sees you getting closer, struggles to get out. Check to. Alright. Let's see if he can break out of it. With a natural 7, he's kind of scrabbling. A couple people are sort of coming over, kind of glancing around, seeing you running towards him, looking a bit weird. One guy's sort of coming over and helping to sort of try and pull this guy up, just sort of not entirely sure what's happening. They all look somewhat confused.
That man's a thief.
A thief? Got nothing on me. And I sort of now beginning to look at you, look at him. It's like, search me! I've got nothing on me. She's just chasing after me for no reason.
Who are you?
Who are you? What are you doing chasing after me?
You know exactly who I am.
I have no bloody idea, miss.
Really? I never sent you. I'm not.
You're not?
No, because both Webb and Older Self are
Because Webb's
concentrated.
concentration, so she would have changed back. At this point, he's sort of been extracted from the web. They're the people are sort of crowding around both of you, sort of making sure neither one of you gets away. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then who sent you?
I don't know. I don't know what you're going on about.
Oh, I think I might know what the.
Then
Why
why?
are you just going and causing people to trip in the street? That's dangerous.
Then why were you running away from the tavern where you just put something in?
I don't know what you're talking about, miss. I was running because I'm late to get home to my wife.
What's her name?
Matilda.
How long you been together?
3 years. 3 years married. Knew each other 5 years before that.
Aww.
Why could be lying?
Can Boar's spirit?
Any word he's
insight check?
saying.
Make an insight check.
Where is my mouse?
Can Boar's spirit make an insight check?
He's not dead.
I mean, near enough.
Oh, that's interesting. You're beginning to waver in your convictions somewhat. He seems to be honest about, well, at least definitely about some things, and you're beginning to question maybe if you've got the wrong person.
I'm thinking. Oh, God damn it, Nate.
Hey, you're not like going, oh shit, sorry, I got the wrong person, but you're not going, yeah, no, he's a He seems to be truthful in some of the stuff that he's saying, and it is causing you to doubt what you.
Can I tell what he's being truthful in? On whether he knows me or about his wife?
He seems to be completely honest about his wife.
And about
I would be.
you're not answering.
About what? Sorry.
About me.
He's saying he doesn't know you.
It doesn't answer if I think he's being true.
He is very hard. Look, you rolled the same thing. He's very hard to read. You're getting ideas
Okay.
that there are senses of truths and falsehoods in this. And it's kind of confusing to you. You've been running, you've just cast several spells. There's a lot of confusion. It's hard to check. It's hard to think through stuff.
Does he have anything on him? Like a bag or anything?
No, he's just wearing sort of simple clothes. A couple pockets.
Check for a file.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't just openly go check his pockets. You're in a public space. People are starting.
He literally just
around.
offered to let her search him.
Right.
Purple, we can't make him drink the drink because it's back at the pub.
I wish we could. That would be so
Suddenly, the cat appears with a drink.
I don't have a drink. I don't think. Anyway, if you wish, if you're willing to let us search, please at least put my mind to rest then.
Well, one of these people who are surrounding us, they will hopefully be impartial. I will let them rummage through my pockets. I'll only find a couple coppers.
Can I take those coppers?
You're not
You're
there.
not there.
I don't care.
I'm waiting for someone to search him.
It's like people are sort of awkwardly looking around, and one guy sort of who helps him up is like, all right. And he pats down the pockets, kind of sticks his hands into them, pulls out what appears to be about 11 coppers, a bit of cotton. And like, there's that, and kind of pats down other pocket, not much, kind of around the leg. There's a sort of he pulls out a small sort of knife, just one around his ankle attached, but it doesn't look that sharp. It looks maybe something like one would use in self-defense.
Is there anything in the or on the cotton?
No, it just appears to be a bit of cotton, essentially just a rag, perhaps some bogies.
Yeah.
Where is
down here?
Arsene?
Can I get going, please? Arsene's probably caught up at this point.
Are you sure this is
Look, I proved to you I don't have anything on my person other than a couple of coppers and my hanky. Can I go, please? I kind of want to get home.
Would I know which
The
pocket?
people
you
are sort
slipped-
of just parting at this point. They seem
What?
satisfied.
What's going on?
Are you sure this is him?
Am I sure this is him?
Let's see. Roll an intelligence check.
Fuck.
God. I got a natural 20.
Yeah, you got a natural 20, and that let you track him whilst full sprint.
Do I at least remember what pocket
I
you
could have
put
made
the
you roll
vial in?
survival checks to try and track him. You essentially eagle-eyed him in a crowd, and at the same distance managed to keep pace with him. 8, he's wearing the same clothes, but you've seen a few farmers wear similar clothes, so...
What's this? Same clothes? I didn't actually get to see his face, I just saw him slipping the thing in your drink. Would I know which pocket you put the vial in?
Mm-hmm. Right trouser pocket.
That's been searched, has it?
Search. There's nothing on him.
Hmm.
Kind of taking his coppers and his hanky back, shoved them in his trousers, kind of like using the knife to scrape off the remainder of the web off his trousers. Can I go, please?
Fine.
Black gods, thank you. And with that, he sort of finishes cleaning, puts the dagger back into around his ankle, and continues to run off down the street.
When he gets far enough away, can I hunter's mark him?
Around all these people?
Ah, fuck, I thought they were leaving.
Yeah, they're drifting away, but it's like they literally just saw someone cast a spell at someone else, make them trip. There was a bit of confrontation, and now it's sort of they're just letting them go, and they're sort of like, is anything else going to happen? You know, a few of them being good Samaritans, sort of going like, I want to make sure nothing bad happens.
Damn them.
Some of them are just like, ooh, a fight.
Fine, I'll just ask Night Eyes to
Hello,
get my
boss.
gold back. Jesus.
Night Eyes to what?
Get my gold back.
Oh, right. Kind of spits one into your hand before sulkingly going off into the road and seemingly make a survival check. Investigation check for Night Eyes.
Okay, well, I got one of them back, so I took 2 off.
Would this be metagaming if I use a sending spell and just say something frightening to the guy that wait, no, Savangel didn't see it, so she wouldn't have any idea. Okay, never mind.
She's just sort of looked up. It's just you and Amara sat there. It's like, where'd they go?
You said it's survival for Night Eyes?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. It's the same as our scenes anyway.
So, boy, what are you doing?
Savangel has turned her eyes to Amara and is giving her a makeover with a bunch of ribbons.
Night Eyes is able to find the coins which he borrowed from you and an additional 2 copper.
Oh, wow.
And a silver.
So, if you thought
You
Amara
found
was
Not willing to
pink
give up
already,
the silver.
if you thought Amara was pink already, she's reached new shades of just.
I'm very impressed.
She also looks quite happy.
Oh. It's okay. Next time.
I've just been like,
Hey, you failed at getting drugged. Let's return to the one who actually did get drugged. Oh,
Mhm.
Oh no.
I guess Alcine and Agnes head back.
Yeah, what's up?
all right. So, you kind of come to, your vision is very blurry. And the first thing you notice is a horrid sort of taste in your mouth. Not vomit. It tastes like one of Cerno's early cooking attempts.
Oh God, no!
Very planty, kind of earthy.
No.
And as your eyes
This is him actually using flour, like a legit flour instead of actual flour.
flowers instead of flour.
Yeah.
It depends what he's talking about cooking, like healing potions or actual
No. Cooking food.
No, actual food.
Mm.
Anyways.
As you sort of, kind of scraping your tongue against your teeth, trying to get rid of some of this taste, and your vision's kind of blurry and coming back, and you kind of push your head up. You see, you kind of realize you're in an alleyway, and just turning out of view, out of the alleyway, seems to be a halfling who's limping. And as you kind of try and focus more, he's just gone out of your vision.
Can I try?
You kind of push yourself up somewhat and look and notice that your hand hits a small bottle, and you kind of closer at it. And it just appears to be a sort of small vial of some sort, which, as you kind of sniff, suddenly makes you go, no, as it smells very much like the taste you currently have in your mouth.
I pocket that.
It's relatively empty. It's just got a small bit of smell to it.
Okay.
It's got like a few dregs remaining. As you sort of push yourself up and kind of glance around, there's a rather noticeable thing in the alleyway with you.
Oh no.
There is
Oh no.
the body of the woman you were talking to.
Oh no! I run. No.
There are just cuts, dagger thin slashes Mostly around the
No.
neck. It seemed to be relatively quick, but there are a few seemingly defensive wounds.
Is she
But
dead?
you also notice that there are. She is dead. As you sort of kind of look at her, you notice that she does actually have. She actually has Warhammer, which you don't know where that came from. And you sort of glance around a bit more and notice that she has a pouch on her belt as well, probably money. And there doesn't appear to be anyone else around.
Oh, so hard not to metagame this shit. Ah!
Or sits down, tries to contemplate what the fuck is going. No, I was gonna start looking for that stumbling motherfucker.
All right. So you pull yourself up, you walk to the end of the alleyway. As you look out, the first thing you realize, this wasn't where you remember falling unconscious.
Where am I?
You're still in Axenmouth, but you're near the Hammer and Tongs.
Do I see the guy at all?
Make a perception check.
Perception +2. Come on, dice, love me today. Love me. Love me, damn it!
You do not see the halfling.
Is there any guards around at all?
Glancing around? Apparently not at the moment. Not in this portion of the city.
I don't want to just leave the body there. What the fuck has boy gotten himself into?
Resisting urge
I
to
don't know
metagame.
what to do. Just do I have my coin on me?
Yep. Untouched.
I have everything still with me?
Nothing has been taken.
Knowing that I am a bugbear, do I have blood on me at all?
Glancing around, you don't, sort of patting yourself, looking through your fur. You can't find any wounds upon yourself. Your head is hurting like a motherfucker.
That doesn't surprise me.
And you still feel the effects of the alcohol, but you're handling it significantly better than what you thought you were.
Oh.
Kind of feel like a few sort of dried bits of blood in your fur, but it's not much. It's like a few specks.
Poor just runs. I don't know what there is to fucking do.
Ninja, just a quick question. Do you think the woman was a good person?
I mean, boy would have thought she was a good person. She was drinking with them. But Cordell is fucking paranoid because now I'm thinking, okay, like I said, what if the people we are needing now are all part of Dragon's RS and this is just one huge giant ploy to kill all of us right here and now?
This is not how I thought this was going to go.
I leave the alley.
Alright.
I leave and I find a way to.
You stumble
pull
out
up-
the alley, and it takes you a little bit, but you get your bearings. You
Can I
realize
put
that you
on
are.
my giant fucking cloak?
You can.
I'm gonna put on my cloak and keep my hood up and just walk.
And as you walk, you realize that you are probably maybe a mile or so away from where you were drinking.
Holy shit. I'm gonna go back to the tavern.
Alright.
And I'm gonna find out some fucking answers.
So, everyone congregates back at the tavern.
No, I was going to the other tavern.
Oh, what, the Hammer and Tongues?
Yeah, Boar's going to go to the Hammer and Tongs and see if he can get some fucking answers.
Oh
Alright,
my
well-
god.
You stumble back there. It's still open. It's still serving patrons. The patrons are rowdy as ever. As you enter, you notice there's a broken table. You may have missed the bar fight.
I fucking walk out and I head back to the other tavern.
So that's what causes that.
Oh.
Just like, nope, and I leave.
All right, so now you all congregate back at the stuff.
Mhm.
Please tell me Sono arrives last. Or just arrives at some point, just boom! Through the door.
So let's see. The way it goes, it will probably be Agnes and Arsene return, and then they're probably there for an hour or so. Or I would say before Boar gets back, and then given another hour or so until Sono gets back.
I'm happy with whatever order we come in, but Sono just barges through the door.
Boar,
Considering the
Boar
fact
is
that
not
Sono was
out.
on a stakeout and Boar was unconscious for a amount of time,
Yeah, sure.
that would be roughly how long it takes to get.
Yeah,
for you all
alright.
to get
It was
back.
out of order time-wise. That's cool.
Yeah. So they weren't all; those weren't all happening at the same time. Pretty much all of that happened while Spider Sono was still a thing, and then it probably Boar was probably because he was drinking a fair bit, probably didn't fall unconscious until Agnes tried to get until Agnes got back or whatever, and then all that
Boar
happened.
tries his
and then-
best to clean himself up, but he does keep
Yeah.
the cloak on.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm cool with that.
So, Agnes and Arsene, Savangirl, Amara, and Night Eyes in the tavern, paranoidly watching out, making sure no strangers come near your table. When a hooded boar comes in, spots you guys, and hurries over to your table.
I just sit down. And
How
Boar
far has
looks
Savangirl gotten
visibly
with
upset.
Amura's makeover?
Well, you've done the ribbons in the hair, new hairstyle. You are currently working on the goth eyeshadow.
Oh god.
I know what I'm doing when the session's over.
No, I think Boar's too fucked up at this point. Just Boar doesn't know what the hell just happened. Boar's scared.
And he's also still drunk.
Yeah,
Oh,
Boar's
no.
scared and drunk. Scared drunk does not work. Boy could punch anything at any moment if he gets scared.
What
Boy,
have you done,
you
Bo?
okay?
Boy can't speak.
That doesn't sound good.
Can you at least tell us where you've been?
You could probably
That was
smell the
fun.
alcohol on him.
I got that bit. That doesn't mean anything.
Can I pull out the little glass vial thing that I did pocket
Mhm.
and just set it down?
You can. He sets
That-
down a small vial on the table.
Does it look
I've seen-
familiar?
No, it doesn't. It
Fuck.
just looks like a glass vial.
So
I mean,
it's
yes,
not.
it's a glass vial, but no, it doesn't look like the one which was tried to put into Agnes's drink.
What is this, Bo?
Nothing. You look. Boy is almost about to go into tears. Because Boy is extremely scared right now.
Can I give Bor a hug?
Drunk, scared. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Can
All
I
he
give Bor a
knows.
hug?
You can certainly
What-
give Bor a hug.
Boy tenses up a bit, but slowly just eases into the hug and just sits there.
You okay?
After a minute or so, I will relay what my night has been.
Quietly.
For what he remembers of his night.
Quietly, yeah. For what I can
Okay.
honest to God remember of my night.
Yes,
Bless you.
Pressure. Okay, so
Boy
two
looks just
group-
vividly upset and scared.
of our group were targeted.
one of whom we can assume was successful.
Successful or not?
Partially successful.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have done a little bit of investigation check to see if there's any reports for the evidence. But anyways, it's fine.
Hey, Bo's drunk and scared. He probably wouldn't have thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
No, he, yeah. Boy would have
Does
done.
anyone know where
Shut up.
Stoner went?
Bang!
He is puffed.
Oh no.
Boy jumps about 5 feet and almost falls out of the suit when that door fucking slams open.
Oh, it's
Tavern
okay.
Keeper sort of goes, "Oh, I just had that repaired."
He can't do any damage to it. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's like watching me kick a door open.
It's not like he kicked it open. He just like barged through it, sort of opening it really quickly, slamming it open.
I just like
to just hit the table.
Right back in the face,
I just like the idea that from the bar they can't actually see what's making the door open. Just it slams.
The wind.
He sees the table.
Please.
Okay. He runs up. You're all okay,
Please
right?
don't.
You're all okay?
Boy still
Why?
hasn't stood up and is not fucking looking.
I
Why
have
do you
pretty
ask,
ribbons in my
Sano?
hair.
Oh,
Sano, why do you ask?
cultists here in town. Oh boy.
What the fuck?
Boy, no.
Did
Boy
anything
does not need to hear this.
happen?
Savin Girl shows up the makeover that she gave to Mora.
Oh boy.
Proudly presenting and
We had-
displaying.
We had this happen. She looks real pretty.
Okay.
She-
Other
she-
than that,
Well,
Wow.
two of our group were targeted.
what?
One more successful than the other. Definitely.
What happened?
Boy doesn't say anything.
Paul went
Oh.
out drinking, found someone to drink with. Seemed nice enough until he passed out in an alleyway.
Horrible taste in mouth. And I fucking nod towards the vial.
Meanwhile, I had an uneasy meeting with someone I met a long time ago. They just recognized my face. And then apparently someone tried to slip something in my drink.
Hmm.
I'm gonna sniff
chased
the.
him
I'm gonna
down,
sniff
but-
the vial.
The vial. Make a nature check.
No wait, I forgot he's a shit druid.
Shut up.
Oh,
17, bitch.
was that +1?
Yeah, with that +1 over there. What is my nature? Hold on.
Wow.
+0. Never mind. I can't say shit. You?
It's intelligence based.
Oh,
Your nature is intelligence.
+0. Go
that
on.
makes sense.
I have an intelligence of 6.
I know what I'm doing. Sano, you sort of sniff this bottle. And you kind of look at Boar, side-eyeing him, and you sort of tip the dregs out into your hand, sniff it a bit more, stick your tongue out. You recognize some of the herbs which went into making this. Yeah, no, yeah, anti stuff which helps fight paralyzation, and a bit of pepper.
A bit of pepper.
Stuff that helps fight paralyzation.
Mm-hmm. It is an anti-paralytic. And pepper.
An anti-paralytic.
Mm-hmm. The antidote to being paralyzed via.
Wait. That means.
Was there
And it was
anyone else with
empty.
you in the alley? Anyone?
Dead woman.
There was the woman who was drinking
Oh,
with him, apparently.
someone. Well,
Did he mention the halfling that limped away?
Boy would have mentioned it, yes, but very jumbled.
Don't send me that face, Nate. I know what's up. Bitch.
okay. Right.
So this person woke you?
Well, it's
Halfling.
definitely not the poison, or whatever it was. This would counteract it.
Wait, can we see what was in Agnes's drink?
A
The
bit of
drink
ale
would
and
still be
something.
sat there.
Yeah, a bit of ale and something. You guys have essentially just pushed it to the center of the table, and wherever the barkeep came to try and take it away, you're like, no, still drinking it. Leave it.
All right. You have to be sure for certain. You can definitely tell it's been spiked.
We don't know what it's been spiked with, though.
Spice? I have some spice if you want spice.
Has that woman left the tavern yet?
Yeah, she's gone.
No spice.
As
Did she
she
say
left,
any?
you saw
Did she
her.
say anything?
She nodded goodbye and made mention that there were no rooms in the tavern, so she needed to go find one elsewhere.
Can I smell the drink?
Yeah, it smells strongly of alcohol.
I mean, there is one way we can know for sure what's in there, or at least have a better idea.
Yep. We sure
I'm
can.
not being the guinea pig.
We sure can, Any.
No.
No.
So, no, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution saving throw.
Does
And
he
this
drink the whole
dies.
thing?
You better not drink the whole thing, you dumbass.
Don't drink the whole thing.
I'm gonna drink as much as I
Because-
can. And
No.
natural 20!
With a natural 20, you are able to shake off the effects of this, and you kind of
Can you tell what
stagger
it
as
is?
you feel your muscles beginning to lock up and your mind beginning to fog, and then just sheer stubborn-headedness and the adrenaline pumping through you already. You're just able to shake it off, and the sort of fog lifts, and you feel your muscles relax, and you're in control of your body.
What do you think you are doing?
Your mother is not pleased with you.
I have a theory. I
How
have
much
an
of it did I
honest to
drink?
God theory.
Like, did I...
Agnes probably had about a quarter of her drink left. You probably took a decent gulp from it, so there's probably about, I don't know, an eighth of the drink left now.
He's gonna
Can I say-
push it away.
Also, can I just say, Comet, stealing my move? Really?
Amara, not to be outdone, snatches the drink up.
No.
No. A shaky hand tosses it halfway across the fucking room.
No. No.
I pushed it away to the side to make it look like it's ready to be taken. Ah.
What were
Did
you
that
thinking?
taste a
Why?
bit weird? Did it taste a bit weird, DM?
Well, you're not used to alcohol, and the alcohol's quite a pungent taste, and you're not entirely used to drinking it anyway. But you think there was something which tasted a little bit. Actually, no. Probably
Peppery?
for you. For you, considering you weren't really used to drinking alcohol, it just tastes horrible. Perhaps for someone who wasn't intoxicated and was used to drinking alcohol, would be able to go, yeah, no, that's not right. But
Can Agnes smell?
He's smacking his lips. He's not.
it doesn't smell of anything.
Yeah, that was definitely spiked. That tastes horrible. Ugh.
It all tastes horrible. But...
No one would drink this if it wasn't spiked.
Boy's head just hits the table and he just sleeps.
Oh, come on.
So
Can I take one of the ribbons and put it on Bo?
You take one of Savangal's seemingly infinite ribbons and start decorating Boar.
So we have cultists, which I don't know if I should be surprised they're this far,
They were.
considering where we are.
I know where some of them are. I staked out the place, and I followed one of the ones there to a meeting. They were meeting with. Did he look like a shopkeep? Right? He looked just like a townsfolk.
Yeah, he looked like a townsfolk, so either like
He had
shopkeep, or
black
some
hair,
other
green
sort of
eyes,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
It was. They were meeting. Something about Calrus? And an auction.
Does anyone know what Calrus is?
Oh, I thought it was Calvus with a V. This is out of. Was it Calvus with a V, Nate? Or
It was, yeah, I've got it.
I can
in
go
my
back and
notes.
watch it later because I've got the VOD, so.
It's Calvus.
Either way, does it ring a bell?
No. DM would have told me if it rang a bell.
Give it to anyone.
I did.
No one's really been in Axenmouth for that longer period of time.
I did relate it to something. I was like, wait, no, that was a completely different name, which I'm now going to ask real quick. Nate, who was Calamus again? I can't remember, and it's really bugging me.
Let's see
Calamus.
if it's in my spreadsheet of people.
It was from the Monday group, I'm positive, but I just can't find it. It's really bugging me.
First name, please saw alphabetically. C. The only first name person beginning with C I have in here is Casimir.
Who was Calamus?
Was it a K?
Good point.
Maybe.
Caitlin, Kelly, Klepto, Crystal. Okay.
Never mind then. Maybe it's from something else. I'm so sure. Maybe it was a throwaway name.
More than likely.
But anyway, none of us know the cat.
No one's really spent any time in Axenmouth.
No. Well,
It's Calvus,
you said
right? Calvus?
Yeah, Calvus. Actually, I'll give Savangal an intelligence check.
Ooh.
For the story.
That's a +0.
Oh.
Hey.
The cat's got it. Never mind.
Almost got it.
Oh wait, yeah.
It doesn't really ring any bells. No notable heroes or you know of.
Okay, so even if the 2 or the 3 were connected, then God damn it. Then why would they only be targeting Or and me from the group?
Maybe it's a timed plan. Knock us out.
Pause from the Temple of the
Member by
Storm
member.
Warrior. They took shit from the Temple of the Storm Warrior. And you, well, maybe it was just coincidence. I mean, you don't have any ties to the temple or the cult.
Paul hasn't been back to the temple in ages, though.
He's a monk of the temple.
But is there any looking at board to tell he was a monk of the temple?
There
isn't.
Symbol of cord on him.
Yeah.
Anyone can have a symbol of cord. There's clerics and paladins.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
just worship cord.
I was going to say, so first of all, people carry like small weapons as defensive. You guys carry packs. Some of you wear armor. Some of you carry weapons. It's relatively easily to spot you guys and go adventurous.
I get that. But there's no obvious way to connect him to the temple.
He wears a holy symbol of cord, and he is clearly an adventurer type and doesn't appear to wear armor. Smart people who know adventurers might be able to correlate that he's a monk and perhaps he worships cord, but you would be beginning to get the stretching point and sort of throwing pasture at a wall and seeing what sticks going, well, clearly he's from that temple.
Yeah.
Guys, think about it. They knew that there are artifacts in the temple. They knew there was something on the island. Who's to say they don't know who Boar is?
But then,
who's to say they do?
But Boar hasn't been back to his temple in ages.
And how many monks could there have been at that temple?
45.
Thanks. Also,
That was more balls knowledge.
you mentioned
Yep.
Arrow of
Jesus.
something, you missed it.
45.
Yeah, I
We-
wasn't
we read
exactly a very
about Arrow of
convincing
Mo-
rat.
We read about the Arrow of Mortality, or one of the relics, I believe, in the temple.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to try and sell it at an auction or something?
I would
If
think.
they stole it?
I would think that a relic is something far too treasured or
Unless they're
powerful.
unless
to-
there's something else at the auction they want, so by selling it they can get the money to get the thing that they want. Eh.
Why don't we ask around about an auction? Maybe we can get to it.
Any chance this auction isn't going to be above ground?
Considering it has the cult, I'd probably go underground. He's gonna jump off the table very quickly, go up to the barkeep.
I'm actually curious. Did Boar mention about his encounter before pub?
Oh, what? Where he got his money stolen?
No.
I think no, when he
When he
bumped
encountered the
into.
4 individuals walking through the street.
No, he didn't.
No, he wasn't.
No. No, because
Oh.
Boar would be too shooken up about the events that it would completely fucking slip his mind.
Fair enough.
Yep.
As it might have done Ninja.
Oh god, yes.
Yep. Cerno has no idea. Comet's freaking out. Comet's giddy. Cerno's clueless.
You see, I'm doing those 2 angles. I mess with the players and the...
I know, I know. It's so goddamn annoying. God damn it.
You're messing with 2 of my characters.
I'm gonna go up to the barkeep and I'm gonna ask, hey, does the name Calvis ring a bell?
Calvus.
Might be someone important.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not too sure where. Maybe I heard it in passing from a patron or something. I don't really know. Sorry, mate. Sounds familiar, though. Definitely not new to me.
That's alright. Thanks anyway. As I'm walking back, I'll just poke 1 or 2 patrons and ask about the name Calvis.
Most of them are either kind of bore state of drunk and asleep, or they sort of just either ignore you and hope the small thing goes away. One sort of turns and goes,
Hey, that's what people do to me.
That's what people do
I'm
to
sorry,
me.
I'm new to town. I don't really know much.
That's alright. Enjoy your drink.
Thank you.
While he's doing that, I'm going to mention. Everyone else is here. No, Paul's just passed out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the cult are responsible for the drugging. I don't see why they would do this.
True. We've been a nuisance once, but would they really... I mean, they're probably a big cult. Would they still recognize us? Oh, you guys?
It's more what would they get from taking Boar by himself and then me from here? Or any of us from here?
I'm still curious how they thought they could get to you with the rest of us here. Or was it just a distraction? I don't know.
Could we? I mean, could the guy? This isn't Amara. This is the guy. Definitely knew it was Agnes's drink. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, it was done purposefully, if that's what you're asking.
What time of the night is it at this point?
Oh, at this point, you're probably 1 in the morning. Bartender's sort of waiting for people to sort off to their rooms. No more drinks are being ordered.
So do we all think that a bad idea would be going to the place I found and politely asking?
Maybe in the morning.
I was gonna say, I'd suggest the
With the city
morning.
awake. With the city awake and all the guards around. These
Sure.
people aren't our friends.
Good.
a fight is knowing us. A fight is more than certain.
Boy wakes up hearing the words fight.
I don't think Boar's in any state for a fight, so at least one of us should stay here with him. Make sure.
We'll drag him up to a room. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
We're
sleep
not
in a
leaving.
room. That's
No
all right.
one is being left alone.
I'll drag him up to a room.
Ohana means family. Family means don't leave
I
the
don't want-
bastard alone.
I still would like us to get you some decent clothes, Amara, first, before we head over, just because
We'd have to wait until the morning then.
Yeah, so we'll do that on the way to the place in the morning.
You
Why
never
like-
know. These people
Okay.
could be nocturnal. We could get the jump on them.
True.
Why I agree with Ono that it shouldn't really be done in daylight. I
And
don't.
perhaps we do it tomorrow night. Let things settle a little.
Yeah, they targeted us at night, and we target them.
The cloaks were really obvious. I doubt they'd be walking around in the middle of the day wearing them. Not if they wanted to remain hidden.
Did you see any of their face?
No, only the uncloaked one.
I feel like we're dealing with two situations at the same time. You guys remember what happened between Neverwinter and Mapletide, correct? We were stopped.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the dragon showed up.
Yeah, that.
I mean, that was just a coincidence. But the fact that someone walked in, recognized me, and next thing I know, I'm being drugged is really quite concerning. Not only that, but with me and Ball being followed around Axenmouth a few days back, and then he is the one that's drugged out of the rest of you.
Alright.
I agree that no one should be alone.
I understand your logic, but at the same time, I don't think it is the people that were after you. If it is, well, you know.
Well, the halfling sounds familiar.
Tomorrow we mentioned the halfling.
Yes,
he
did mention him.
Yeah, he mentioned the halfling.
Yeah,
We
I
could-
mentioned halfling.
We go ask.
We could split into two groups tomorrow. One of us investigates the cult. One group investigates the cultists. The other.
You have
What's
business you
been
need to
happening
attend
tonight?
to. We need to get you some
No.
clothes. It's looking.
Honest. No, boy can't say shit. Never mind. Boy's asleep. Drunk off his ass asleep.
But I mean,
Yeah, it was a
realistically, do we need a whole day to find new clothes?
Well, you probably want to get them made. Or at least buy
I'm
them.
on them still.
Find some nice clothes. So, you do that.
I'm not a rich person. I think I'll just see what's already there.
We're paying for it.
Do we know where the where that shop was that they appeared out of after the attack
Or
on
they-
the boat?
The ones who went through the portal
Yeah.
can recall where it is.
I'm gonna try this.
Alright.
Abby was gonna ask Purple if she wanted to sneak off to it, but alright.
Alright. Here's what we can do tomorrow. Mara, you go with Agnes and Savangal. Well, you can get some clothes. I'll take Arsene and Boar to that place where you guys went through the portal.
Did we actually tell you about that?
Yeah, you guys told us about
Nope.
that. Did you not tell us
Nope.
about that?
Nope.
We lied about that.
No,
Oh,
you
well,
didn't.
I don't know then.
We were sworn
I
not to tell.
They
That-
encouraged
and
you
I-
to not share what you'd learned.
And then
and you also ended up having something else to deal with.
I then also I did ask the other two, Boar and Savingale, to not say anything.
You
Alright, so,
told
okay.
us three that you just lost them.
Alright. I will change what I say then. And
Retconning.
yeah, I'll retcon what I said. And while you guys do that, I'll take Boar and Arsene and we'll go to that place where I found them hiding. We'll at least look around before we actually do something.
Try not to get yourselves killed. You know, I really don't want to be left alone in this world. And I don't know where I am.
Don't worry.
That makes two of us.
Is that Dayron? Just
That's
piping up.
Dayron.
Yeah.
Actually, that's okay. I'm gonna need someone to explain the deal with Dayron for a minute because
So this was, where were we? Mapletide.
We were between Napletide and Neverwinter.
No,
No, we were in Mapleside.
Okay, right.
This ghost just wanders through a door, and this is the only one that
can perceive him.
She can see him, she can hear him, and then the rest of the group have seen him when we had the whole this situation. I think Boar has seen him
Everyone
actually.
but Boar has Boar has seen him, and they've also seen. So what Agnes sees normally, and what most of them saw for most of the time, is essentially a sort of black mass of smoke which forms a human form, like a human shape. But when they went into the Shadowfell or sort of sidestepped into it, they weren't properly in there. They saw essentially an elven humanoid, with sort of long hair and sort of like pale white, ghostly. And then when they stepped back out, he went back to the shape, and then only Agnes could see him again.
If I'm not
Okay,
mistaken, I think I saw the shadowy figure and I tried to throw something at him.
Oh yeah,
And
and then you went
me.
back.
Then you went back.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was like, haha! Yeah, because
Boar's seen him
I
as
tried
well,
to.
but Boar's the only one who hasn't seen him in his humanoid,
Human
what he
vis
actually
form?
looked like.
But we haven't
Savingale
mentioned
drew in
it.
picture.
We haven't mentioned him to Amira yet.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. We know what we're doing. We should keep watch as we sleep.
We have 3 rooms. I don't know which wishes to pair up or whatever. Or if anyone wishes to sleep out. I wouldn't
No.
advise it.
No one is sleeping out in the streets. Ball's been taken upstairs, yeah?
Nope.
Not yet, but he
I'll
can be.
take them upstairs.
I mean, going upstairs would be pointless considering the fact that you only got 3 ground floor rooms, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Drag him. I'll carry him into a room.
Yeah,
I don't gotta drag
I'll
him.
help carry him into a room.
No.
This will be interesting.
Oh look, I got a
Between the
+5 in
group-
strength. I'll be fine. Just
Between the-
fling him over my shoulder.
I meant more Cerno trying to help.
Arsene essentially carries the bulk of him. Sarno's just carrying his 2 feet to stop them dragging on the ground.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you alright?
Yeah, totally fine.
Thanks for the help.
He's
You're
trying
welcome.
his best. That's all we can ask for.
You know,
Says the sleeping boar.
mumbling in his sleep.
He's trying.
He's trying, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna help Boar up into the room, and then he's gonna go into the room with Boar, and he's gonna keep watch.
Alright.
The whole night.
Right.
He's going to try.
Can I suggest that perhaps we break up for watch? Even if only a few of us do it, I'm happy to at least help you.
Cerno's in the room.
We're in
deciding.
separate rooms.
He's setting up.
Shit.
He's getting out his
It'll be
he's getting out his
okay.
stuff. He's putting stuff down.
He's
He's
got some
pulling out the grass he
coffee
carries in his
to help
pack
him
to make a
stay
circle to lie on.
How long does it take to brew a potion?
It's a day, so that's about
Like
13 hours.
Okay. So if I
It's essentially a working day, and like a long rest is essentially like the sleep in 8 hours, and then so the 13
sort of
the 13 hours is sort of like so there's time to do other things. It takes a while, so
he's gonna have
it's
the
like 12 to
equipment and
13
stuff
hours.
out, and like he's gonna preoccupy himself by having like the ingredients and the herbs and stuff sort of out and ready to be prepared and such later. Just preoccupy
Certainly.
himself doing that. Try and keep himself awake for at least the beginning.
Certainly.
I don't think Sano should be on his own. I doubt Paul's going to be able to do a watch.
I'll ask Night Eyes to go. Lend him a hand. I'm sure you won't mind.
Night Eyes do a watch.
I don't know. What do you think, Night Eyes? You can have some ham.
ham.
He is
Gold.
instantly on board.
Wait.
Aw.
I still think it would be better than if someone else spent people to do a watch.
I can help.
Sleeping ball.
Let's take turns, Savengale.
Yeah. Am I even in that room?
I don't know.
I assume
the
we're
rest
all
of us
stood
are.
outside the door and Sano's literally just gone in and started setting up.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You all sort of followed Arsene as she took Boar and dropped him in the room, and then kind of stood outside with Sano kind of following in and making noise and setting it all up, and you sort of just stood around the door, kind of glancing in.
Let's say the Seven Girl can go with the boys and Night Eyes then. In the other room.
Sure, no problem.
Unless you want to go with the boys, Arsene.
I don't mind. Doesn't bother me.
Right. Watches it is then in a inn.
All right. So we have the room of Sano, Boar, and Girl Night Eye, and the room of Agnes, Arsene, and Amara.
Yay.
So we've got the 3 A's and everyone else.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. We're a AAA.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. What have we evolved into? Oh, devolved, I should say.
We've
Cancel,
evolved
cancel,
into
cancel.
A, B, C, S.
We've evolved into the A team.
What?
I'll leave now.
What do I come back to? Are we now a musical?
No.
Well, I
the
was just
A-team.
pointing out that it's the A team and the fact that it's A, B, C, S.
Yeah.
We have Dagon for D. That's great.
I'm sorry, A, B, C, D, N, S.
Okay, we should hire Alicia to be our
And-
E.
And N.
We had L as well. We had L.
You guys are. Yeah.
Only making it harder on yourselves.
How about
So, anyone die in the night?
not yet?
You've got Seven Girl and Night Eyes with you, by the way.
Oh, Cerno will be so busy preparing his like little workstation and such with herbs and things that he doesn't notice them come in. Really good
Or
watchman.
Savangal took position on top of a
And he turns around and goes, "Oh!"
as you just see this cat curled up on the top of the cupboard staring down at you.
When did you guys get in here?
Like 5 minutes ago?
How about you guys take first watch, and I'll go to sleep, and he's just gonna.
Bang.
The stress of the day, just because he's lost his
The
birds, he
adrenaline
lost his
finally-
cart, his friends were nearly kidnapped, he found the dragon cultist. It's a long day, and he's just gonna.
And the adrenaline is finally seeping out of him, and he's just on that crash.
Yep. And he.
Where he dreams of sparing parents.
No, don't teach.
Avangel like subconsciously
I can't
whispers
show them
about
to my
every
dad,
30
man.
minutes or so, cockwobbler and Sylvan.
No, don't teach the parrots that. I can't show them to my dad now. No.
No,
Profanity parrot.
no, please stop. No. No swear.
Well, I guess you got two P's there as well.
Oh, please. No,
Damn it,
Dad,
we missed
not
great
the,
jokes
not
about
flying.
Sano and his PP.
Dad, no, don't do that. I don't want to fly.
Alright. So,
Could I play awkward Pictionary with Savangel by a Night Eyes?
Sure.
What?
Night Eyes is literally every time you send him an image back of more and more ham.
I'm like, yes, you can have the ham in a moment. Please just pass on this message, please.
Oh no, essentially it's every time you get him to pass on a message, he's like, I'll do it for more ham.
Yes, of course. I mean, I have so much ham.
My
So
God.
much ham bought for him.
Halfway through the
obliges.
night,
Jam,
the
you
door
should have
just
drawn the
swings open.
thumbnail with more
Here's
ham.
your
With
ham.
ham. Just surrounded in ham slices.
This is gonna sound wrong, but is meat for
God damn it.
Excuse you, Night Eyes is a good boy.
Very good boy.
I'll just deal it to you. You keep on going.
Alright, so a relatively undisturbed night.
Relatively.
I think that means the whole snoring ball and Pictionary.
Fair enough.
And the occasional drunkard outside.
That.
You are all taking turns, apart from one of you, to keep watch. And you awake in the morning, feeling refreshed and just as paranoid as the night before.
Question, with any of my herbs, I should have them in my. Okay, I do have them in my inventory. I didn't. Scroll down enough. I have anti-toxicants. Apparently, I don't know if I said that right. I don't care. Can I make
Antitoxins.
Antitoxins. There we go. Can I make or can I replicate the vial that was given to me? Like, can I sniff it and go, oh yeah, I think I know how to make that, and then make that with those antitoxins? Would I have any?
Make a nature check.
And natural one.
Nope.
Unfortunately, it has some herbs which you are unfamiliar with, which seem to make up this, and the antitoxins use very different herbs to what this deparalyzer. What's it called in Pokemon? A paralysis
Paralysis.
Anti-power.
A paralysis.
paralysis hill, or whatever it is.
A
Yeah.
paralysis, I believe. I
Yeah.
think. I haven't played Pokemon in a while.
I don't use the items. I just sell them.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible Pokemon player.
Yeah, I pretty much just sell them as well. Anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, you are not able to forcibly put down Boar's Throat. The second of the two items.
Alright. I'll quickly knock on the other door to make sure that they're alright. Open it, check they're all okay. Noting that I wake up before everyone else normally, so...
Mm.
I'll try and do it a little quietly so I don't disturb them if they are asleep. They're all still there?
Yep. It's probably. I would say it's probably Amara on the last watch.
Yeah.
So you kind of creak open the door, and Amara kind of tenses and then sees it's you.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure everyone's okay.
Gets back to the room, Boar's gone.
I was
And he
about
gets
to
dro-
ask, can I
and he
make a
gets
stealth
dropped
check?
on the knee.
I was about to ask, can I make a stealth
Our
check?
scene's upside down.
Make a stealth check at disadvantage because goddamn that snoring.
Why is... Hold on, my computer's not wanting to function, apparently.
Oh no.
Okay, here we go. So it's... What is my stealth again? What the hell was going on? Stealth. Isn't that a +6? It is a +6. Whoa, D20... With disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Oh, fine. Natural 20 and a natural 1.
Right. So now, as you open the door,
Damn it!
holy shit, Paul's gone! Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Glance around and you realise he's just rolled underneath one of the beds. Seriously, still snoring.
Ah, oh. Alright, I'm just gonna let him sit for a while and he's gonna go off and
So bad with this.
he's gonna start preparing his spells for the day.
Certainly. So, the rest of you wake up, go about your daily morning routines before meeting downstairs for breakfast.
Oh.
So,
Boy's a little late. 30 minutes at least.
I suggest if I take him tomorrow to the shop, then night eyes may be a problem to communicate that far.
Yeah, it's only for 100 feet, unfortunately. So that's
How
alright.
far is your message spell, Dango?
The level 3 spell, so who do you want to send it to?
More of you lot go find this building, gets in trouble, needs to call us.
Ah, okay.
How far would that would reach far, correct?
It can reach almost anywhere.
Good to know.
I thought it could go anywhere in the world as long as you know a person, unless they're not in a different...
No,
Yeah.
it can go to any person you know, and it has a small chance of failure if they are not on the plane you are occupying.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Hence why sometimes it might not get to some people who are high-level spellcasters.
And whereabouts is this place, Zano?
Hang on. Just talking to Gav. Hi, Gav. I think he's still here.
Hello.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy being sleepy. Yes, yeah. Sorry. What was the question?
Where is this place? The building with the cultists?
Oh, DM.
How far
It
away?
was to the south. It was beyond the market. It was kind of. It was actually southeasterly. It wasn't really in a part of town he'd really been through before, because he followed them. It's somewhat near the garden, but the park, and kind of close to the outskirts of town.
Yeah, there.
But doesn't
So it
answer how
says-
far.
How far? Well,
Yeah.
he spent a good little while sort of tracking the guy away from the park. You're talking, no, mile or two.
Hmm. We could split the group.
Like
I
I
would say
said,
more go to the building.
no, evenly
Yes.
spread.
We go into a shop. What could happen?
Evenly spread. That's all I'm asking. Guys, are free to do what you want. I just want more people there.
Why don't you tell us where you're, like, the rough location of where you're going, then we can find you if need be.
We
Are
don't
there
plan.
any-
We don't plan on doing anything while we're there. Just quick look around. I actually want to try and.
If I've learned anything from the short amount of time I've spent with you guys, you don't plan much, but trouble finds you.
Yeah, good point.
She has a point.
I'll give my best directions. To where the building is.
Certainly.
You still feel split evenly.
Yeah. I mean, we're just going to look.
Did they see you? Recognize your
They
face?
saw a rat. If
Okay.
They saw me afterwards, I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe instead of actually checking out the place, we'll ask around about this Calvus.
Watch who you go asking. Just in
Yeah.
case the best name to be shouting out.
How about we split into 3 groups then? I'd if Necklace and Amara want to get Amara some clothes, and Sunny you want to go check out the place, you can take Paul with you. I promised Night Eyes I'd get him some more ham, so I could also ask people about Calvus,
Poor still has the cloak on.
and then at least it's in a group with neither of the 2 people that were targeted.
If anything, we shouldn't even be letting you guys go out.
You're also forgetting the fact that Boar
They
told
know
you
where
that
we
he
are.
pretty much just up and left a body.
Yeah, we'll hear rumors about that as we walk around town, I assume. Maybe
That wasn't
also.
entirely what I was implying.
In the name of Axenmouth, you've committed crimes.
Does
Oh,
anyone
if the body's not been found, we could loot it.
know who
Evidence.
this halfling was? The one that saved you?
I have. Wait, I'm trying to find.
Have we
I
actually
think,
have we met? I haven't met this halfling, so I don't
Nope.
know anything.
The only people who have met the halfling are Arsene, Savengale, and Boar. And Boar is probably the one who's met them the most, much to his dismay.
Wait, wasn't he the one in the bar?
Oh, actually, no, you're right. He was the one in the bar.
It was the one in the
Uh,
bar, but we wouldn't know the connection of him. Just know.
Wait,
No,
I've
you-
met him a
He was
lot?
just a weird half.
Wait, is this who the fuck I think it is?
He stole your money.
God fuck!
But
He was the one who stole your money but gave it back to you because you slept in the goddamn park.
We didn't give it back.
And they were also the ones that made the ship go explodey boom.
I don't know that, so
yeah.
I'm asking, does anyone know
Wait.
this halfling?
Wait, we know who made the ship explode.
this is out of
that's out of character.
Out of
this is out
character.
of character.
We're talking
But
about
I
Okay,
don't
but,
at the moment.
but out of character, we know who made the ship explode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
You don't know why they were sent to do a job properly.
I'm asking the group.
Why don't I remember this?
Not responding.
Well, I'll
Anyways,
put it this way: Boar has been told to not talk about it. Savengale's
Boar
also
has
been told
not talked about it.
to not talk about it, and Arsene's keeping her mouth firmly closed. So,
Are these guys
And-
awkwardly keeping this a secret?
I was gonna say, do they look
this-
like
is-
shuffling?
is this a-
really? I wouldn't say so because it's.
You're just saying the
It's-
halfling. You're not
I was going to
specific.
say it's
Yeah.
a halfling. You guys are, and I'm sort of allowing it. Slight meta knowledge of it probably is one and the same. He
We
is
can
popping
make the
up.
assumption. the
However,
character.
you have the you essentially have the knowledge of that I'm only telling things important enough for you guys to remember. Whereas, bearing in mind, walking through this city, you've probably seen about 20, 30, maybe 40 halflings.
So this could be a random person. It could
For
be
all you
someone
know,
from a different
for
campaign.
essentially all you know, it could be just a random good Samaritan, or it could be this very specific halfling that some of you've had dealings with.
Alright.
So Sano can still ask if any of you know the halfling, but the honest answer is Boar has no fucking idea who it was with him. When he woke up, he was essentially groggy and only saw a halfling limping away. It could have been anyone to him, and I don't think even Boar would really be able to put together.
Hazy
And he was
vision
drunk,
from what-
really drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say the only person who could probably even start possibly piecing this together would be Arsene, considering just the extra knowledge that she has.
And I'm keeping my mouth shut. Sorry.
So the only one who might be looking awkward would be Arsene.
But I always look awkward. Awkward or pissed off.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, scene.
Or she's busy tending to Night Eyes, who's demanding ham for the
He's
payment for last night.
Sono stares a little at Arsene, looking awkward.
Yes, I know. Ham. Yes, we're getting ham soon. Please. Please.
Just sat on the table.
Ham.
Just sat on the table,
ham,
sort of
ham.
head tilted slightly, wings curled in, tail just sort of wagging and sort of just hitting the table. So you're just hearing of the tail just rapping against the wood.
But in my head, all I'm hearing is ham. I don't eat ham anymore. Think about it so much because of him.
Maybe we should leave you two, and he points at Boar and Arsene, here in hiding, walking around the town.
Arsene?
No, Agnes, sorry. Boar and Agnes.
Uh-huh.
Because Boar does not look well to be walking about in the beginning.
No.
He's also shielding his eyes from bright light.
I have sunglasses, just magical.
I don't see why me and Amira can not go shopping and then come back. It take that long, like she said before. If it's who I believe it is, then trust me, I've been outside and running for a long while. I don't think one more day would really give him opportunity.
Besides, I can help protect her.
And if they're hiring people like they did last night, then it's really no competition.
Alright.
Ooh.
Dude was unarmed and running away.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
That's true.
We'll do it this
Doesn't
way.
mean he was acting alone.
I'll wait. Well, of course he wasn't acting alone. Someone would have had to
Also-
drag her out.
Also, Agnes is wanting to just... Sure.
She doesn't want cabin. She's getting cabin fever.
She don't like staying inside. We'll be fine. Just go into the shop, back.
Alright, fine.
Drunk
stay
and
here with
Boar, I'm
Boar.
not too sure.
I'll stay here with Boar. Everyone else can go with you guys then.
But I want to go outside, damn it.
Boar. Boar, look
Fine.
to the sun for a minute. I just tell him to turn his head to the left towards the window.
No.
Slam the damn door.
I was going to say, see, what he does is he follows your instructions. A second goes by until his hands just clamp over his eyes and his head just the table.
My eyes.
You know, just the slight delay in processing of what was asked of him to
Just
do.
like,
I was
wait,
like, oh,
okay,
I shouldn't have
no.
done that.
You're
Mhm.
staying here, Boar, and I'm staying with you.
But
I can use the time
what?
to prepare a healing potion, hopefully, by the time of tonight.
Okay.
Right.
Me and Amira go shopping.
I go to the
Get
bartender,
horses.
ask for water and a deck of playing cards, and I just start playing solitaire.
They are provided.
Me
I
and
start playing Goldfish
go
for Start
shopping for clothes and horses. Now in our scene.
Savangel and I are gonna go get some ham, I suppose, and ask
Yep.
around about Cowless or an auction. We'll see.
All right.
Who you ask? In
We'll be
case.
careful.
Cerno will move him and Born
Shout
Can
him.
up
I
into
keep
their
Night
room.
Eyes? But no, damn it. Fine.
Because that's where his equipment is set up.
Certainly.
He's like, I'm taking the cards though.
And with my phone informing me that a work offline, and I'm questioning who the hell is doing printing at 11:10 at night, we shall call this an end to the episode.
Yeah.
Some people-
Boy.
Shit's
Someone has a
crazy, huh?
deadline tomorrow and they're probably leaving it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And they've just gone and broken the printer, so good job there.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I love that you get a message about that. God.
Shout out to whoever just broke the printer.
Yeah.
I'm not revealing where I work today.
Yay.
Yeah, don't
We know
don't
that.
reveal where you work to the internet.
I'm not revealing where I work to the internet.
Just, if that kid's watching, you know who you are.
I just said,
You know.
They're not watching, they're freaking out about the fact that they've just broken a...
Like, shit.
They're
And
freaking
they
out
need
about a
it.
printer, and they have a last-minute essay they should have done last week, and are now printing it right before the due date.
Yes.
God,
Mhm.
fucking
More than
move.
likely.
Sorry, can you stop describing my life?
I don't like this picture because I'm in it.
Well,
Dear me.
so, with a interesting and eventful night on the town, the Syrcas is now deciding to be a bit more cautious with where they go, and we shall see where their adventure continues. Next time we allow the Dummies to manipulate this world with their dice.
Next time on the Challenge of Eros.
Fuck off, I
Next
actually did an
time
actual
on
outro
Dragon
this time.
Ball Z.
Thank you for watching The Ancient Bones.
You got the right one.
I know.
Thank you for watching something. I don't know.
We don't know what this is. We just put
Tune
it
in.
out there.
Cartoons
A
on?
mess.
Wait, how do I turn the channel?
Tune in to one day.
Where's the remote, damn
Broken
it?
Slumber, which I only post on YouTube separately.
Look, I mean, I gave you a
Ah.
decent outro. You can just chop the rest of it off.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Oh, I'm not even gonna bother. Goodbye.
Oh.